New Thought Radio. Music from all your favorite New Thought artists. From Jamie Lula, Karen Drucker, Gary Lynn Floyd, Ricky Byers, Daniel Nahmod, Eddie Watkins Jr., and many, many more. 24/7 New Thought Radio. Positively inspiring. New Thought Media Network is proud to present Cosmic Prayers, your weekly shift, Mondays at 11 Mountain Time, with your host, Laura Topper. The Cosmic Prayers, live from the UK. And now, here she is, Laura Topper.
Unmute. Hi, and welcome to the Cosmic Prayer. It's Monday, it's 6 p.m. here in the UK, early in Colorado Mountain Time. It's 11 o'clock, and I'm just so pleased to be here connecting with you right now. This is an amazing opportunity. Each week we come together with incredible guests to inspire you to use prayer, to understand what prayer is, and to include that into your spiritual practice. So you're here right now on New Thought Media Network, and this is an exciting network. Many shows like this come out each week, each day of the week, to inspire you to really use these New Thought tools and practices for your life. And I believe that prayer is one of the most fundamental practices that we can use and place into our lives for peace and prosperity and well-being. So welcome here, wherever you are in the world. You're so welcome to be here watching the Cosmic Prayer right now. And I'm really excited because today's guest is somebody that is very inspirational and transformational. He brings his light to the world. He sees himself not so much as a spiritual teacher, but as a pointer, a way shower to love. So he invites people to really direct themselves to their knowing of truth within. And that is an immense thing to do. That's an incredible way to, I think, to see, for him to see himself, and with the work that he does, which is very, very inspirational. He has an amazing Facebook group community where he shows up really regularly. It's called One Universal Consciousness. You can join that group and check it out. And also he has guests coming on and speaking about truth, about love, about how to know that place within and be aware of that connection of who we are. So let's carry on here and welcome in our guest for this week on the Cosmic Prayer, Elijah Hakim-Adonijah. Welcome.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. Hi. Yes, perfectly. Welcome to the Cosmic Prayer.
I heard your introduction. It sounds like you've done this before.
Just a few times.
Oh, I'm gonna come in closer. Hold on one second. Only you know that that I wanted to get on earlier with you before, but I love spontaneity though. I think I had you on my program, Laura.
That's right. Yeah.
And hopefully you're gonna come back really soon. So you see how I just hit the ground running? I should just say hello and then give it back to you, huh?
It's okay. It's all allowed here. This is the Cosmic Prayer. It's all one beautiful prayer an experience. So welcome here. I'm so excited that you're here because I feel that you might have a fresh and new angle to share with people that are watching here and with me, on what prayer is, how you experience prayer in your life, and if you use a format of prayer at all in your life, what that is.
Mm-hmm. I love knowing who's asking the question, because you know that question. Oh, can I say this? I should practice looking at the camera. I'm so used to interviewing people, and I'm just in my seat. I'm in the same seat that I've just interviewed people just nonstop since August, and I have that question right there. What is prayer? But it makes me appreciate Laura asking the question, and your listeners listening for an answer. I had a god brother, a spiritual brother, brother from another mother. He's a musician, and that question kind of came up, and so I'm gonna learn talking to the camera, but I'm looking at you, Laura, so it kind of makes me a little bit more comfortable. That question came up, and it was, what is prayer? What is prayer to me? How important is it? The word prayer is a word, and with New Thought, I'm so glad I can say that, and you know that. Prayer isn't just a word. The word prayer is a word. That's why I call myself pointer instead of a spiritual teacher. I'm a spiritual pointer because I don't know conceptually what prayer is. But I know that I'm not living this life alone. I know how to get quiet. If that's prayer, then yes. I know how to be still. If that's prayer, then yes. I know how to witness my thoughts. Okay, I'm not going to judge myself, but why do I continue to think that? Okay, I'm going to change that. If that's prayer, then yes. The strength, the ability, the awareness to be able to say, I'm going to observe my thought, to me is prayer. So when I say the word prayer is just the word, but the meaning, what it's trying to define or cut away from the rest of reality, is we need to reconnect, be still, get quiet, turn within. These are my little bullet points that I always tell everyone. Get quiet, be still, turn within. All of this is effortless. Prayer is effortless. Getting quiet, it takes strength to talk. Getting quiet is effortless. Only a story we tell our minds that we say we can't pray. Some say, I wish I could pray like Laura. Well, you may be praying more than you think you are, but becoming aware of it is what you're doing, Laura. You're bringing a consciousness to the power of just focused attention. Whew. So I needed prayer to grieve my mother's passing in May. Pray quiet. I didn't want to hear in May will be a year, and we all know what it is to lose someone, and we're in the middle of a pandemic, and there's many viewers in the States. Laura, you're in Britain.
In the UK, yes.
So there's a little time difference, and there is maybe a climate difference. But people are watching that need prayer, watching your program. So prayer to me is getting quiet, being still, turning within, believing in nothing, just being nobody. Just do that. I don't care if it's for 30 seconds. It will catapult the next 24 hours to, And some people are saying, well, should I pray like this? Should I pray laying down? There's some new timers. There may be some first timers watching you. What is prayer? Get quiet, be still, turn within, I like to close my eyes. You don't have to, but I think it's more comfortable. Believe in nothing. There's nothing great. There's nothing outside of you that prayer is needing. And then just be nobody, because if you be someone, you're judging yourself. I'm this, I'm that. But if you just be nobody, oh my God, what am I? What am I when I'm no one? Powerful, that's what you are.
I love all of this, and that what you've just said is so so dynamic. You know, the being nobody, or that releasing of the small self, and allowing what we know as the higher, the greater, the divine, that is the nameless, the ineffable, the essence of who we are. Allowing that to...
Laura, you just said something I like a lot. Letting go of the little me. Because if you're somebody, you're being that little me in your mind.
Well, yes. And
but if
then,
you let go, you can be much greater than you would ever try.
Yes. Or not trying to actually, I mean, just being in the moment, not trying to make it anything else other than that. And that takes a deep awareness, doesn't it? It takes a lot of, I know you say it's, you just said it's easier to talk than it is to be still. I think for many people, it's harder to be still than it is to, that first step of being still can take a while to get right. That's a practice in itself, I believe, for me.
Am I giving a little feedback?
Little bit of feedback, yeah.
Right now?
Yeah, there's a little bit of feedback. Oh, I think that's better.
I'm going to turn it down. Just
okay. So we're here on New Thought Media Network with Hakim, with a bit of feedback, but it's okay because we need feedback.
Hey, what about now? What about?
I think there's still feedback from me, but not from you. But it's okay because we're going to hear more of you than of me. So we'll.
Is it a little or a lot? Is it a little or?
It's okay. It's enough to be okay for the moment.
Oh. Because I had Bishop Carlton Pearson on my program.
I know you did.
And I went into the camera settings, right? And I went into the audio. And I had, we could do that too, automatically adjust volume. But anyway, I had unselected, I love live guys, and someone is learning too. Someone's about to do their program too, so they can, and I unselected echo cancellation because we use the same platform, and it gave me so much echo. And I didn't know that I had forgot to select it again. So I don't know if you have that on there, but you would hear echo like, whoa, 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 if it was unselected. But I hope I'm okay now.
You're perfect now. So let's come back to that that place of stillness and being in that place, or being able to become aware of that place of stillness. For anyone that's listening or watching right now, I keep saying listening, but I really mean watching. Thank you. It's better now. Facebook user, brilliant. I think that could be the first.
And by
step.
the way, Laura, I wanted to share your program on my platform. I want other people to watch too, but it's a private group, I think.
No, it's not a private group. It's on New Thought Media. We'll share it out
from there and share from there.
New Thought Media Network.
Because I shared the flyer, but I want to share the program.
Thank you.
Right, here we go.
So let me ask you, Hakim, what inspired you before what inspired you to take a spiritual path and to become aware of this? I mean, I'm calling prayer a word, because we have to call it something, but it is a state of being, isn't it? So what inspired you? What inspires you to be in that place and to know that you know, it's not you, it's not me, it's not us that are really running the show here. There is this greater divine, if you like, knowing, being, that is it, that is the allness, that is everything. And to get into that place of becoming more aware of that takes it takes practice. I really believe it takes practice. For me, I started meditating maybe 30 years ago, but one minute. It was 1 minute. That was what I did. I started with meditating for 1 minute, and I was hooked. And that's what really led me on my spiritual path. I would say that first 1 minute meditation to continue. So for you,
I'm listening and see, I started like that too, but what drove me to feeling that was not only necessary, but who I was is here now, whether I'm aware of it or not. I say it. Aware of what I am or not, I am still here. Something's breathing my lungs. Something is, and I say something, like we say, we're using words. To me, it's a no thing, because physicality is at the, and you know this, with reading Dr. Holmes' literature and holy writings and stuff. Like, I hear you and I enjoy them. That's why I want you back on to like expound, to do just that on my program. It's wonderful. The viewers will eat it up. But trouble made me pray.
yeah.
Loss will make you pray, or at least pray the way you know. Pray the way you know how. What you think prayer is help God.
Yeah.
And it is, isn't it? But something gets your attention, something from, and this is my way of breaking this down, my philosophy. Because prayer, like you said, is a state of being. It's an ongoing awareness to me that my mind, my thinking mind, is a tool for this. So if I can, not that I'm separate from this, but if I can observe my mind instead of try to control my mind, then I'm saying to who I am, I'm getting ready for you. I would not have chosen to think that thought, so I know that's not me. It's me getting ready for you. In other words, I see something, but I'm going to receive something in a minute. I point up, but we're talking within. Inspiration. Because prayer, oh gosh, Laura, you've opened up a can of worms asking me about prayer. That's all I know. I talk about what prayer does for me. My speaking engagements are what prayer does for me. I have no other life than to know that everything is working for you. All of this is life happening. The universe is serving us up what we can get in a mood to receive. I know that. So when I wake up in the morning, I don't just jump right out of bed. I'm happy I'm alive. What got me started was prayer. So that's how I know prayer works, because the way I wake up now is much different than before prayer. Because when I wake up now, I'm looking to be a vessel. I'm not looking to, and I'm talking about my own life though. We're a vessel to I don't want to just take over the program and start teaching, but I wake up as, what am I going to let through me today? So that's prayer to me. And I get quiet. I can go, like you said, like a minute and all that, thinking you're fighting your thoughts. Then that minute will be like going through the wilderness with Moses and the Israelites. Getting through that minute will be 40 years. But when you know you're not your thought, then I just watch the thought. I watched it. It's like, wow, I would have given that attention. And then when I started doing that, I couldn't wait till the next thought came, because I'm like, what else is going to come up? then pretty soon nothing does.
Yes.
But that's how I break it down. I try to talk about things, Laura, and people that really know me know that I imagine everyone that's sitting there or listening now is 12 years old. In my mind, every time I'm talking for the last, 4 or 5 years, I've said to myself, speak as if everyone around you is 12 years old. And people appreciate that. They don't need the credentials. You have credentials that you can speak the way you're speaking and stuff, but some people don't. But when you start talking, it doesn't sound like you have credentials. It sounds like you're just living something and you're convinced it works.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
let me
that's
stop.
because no, don't stop. It's fine. It's amazing. I'd like to, before we watch a video of you, which we have lined up here, I'd like to just really just kind of underline what you've just said, because I can hear from you that, we are the living prayer. We are living the prayer to the degree that we choose to show up as the awareness of who we are and who we are not, and let go of the outcome of our lives and allow ourselves to be the vessel, so that we know that this divine flow is in, as, and through. And the less we try and control all of that and be with it, rather than trying to operate it ourselves, allowing ourselves to listen and open up and be, then I believe that's how, for me, that's how I'm living as a prayer. So that it doesn't become about, right, it's 10 o'clock at night now, or 7 o'clock at night, and I have to do my prayers. Yeah, no, I don't mean have to, but like, it's time to do my prayers, or it's morning time, it's prayer time. Although that time is sacred, for me, it flows through. It's like, well, the whole time is prayer time. The whole of it, yeah.
There's no event.
Yes, because it's it's living consciously as that, through that, as that, moment by moment.
I'm glad you said moment by moment, because
moment by moment.
we're talking about credentials. There is no diploma in this.
No, there is none.
And we are it. That's how,
I think
that's what I am so. It's refreshing to me to know someone hears that. There's nothing to do. I said this to a friend of mine yesterday. There's nothing you need to do to be you. To fit. In other words, God isn't waiting for you to do this one last thing, boop, and now you're done with being you. No, you are you. More than the I, the consciousness, the awareness, like you said, showing up to be the awareness of what you are and what you are not. Now, you know what that says? I don't know what kind of, I don't know if it's a chat program or interview, but I could just switch this so much because I want to hear your answer to it. Did you not know that some people think if I am observing what I am not, then I am no more the awareness of it. That I've been sucked into what I am not and became it, and I'm trapped. And that's where a lot of people are right now. They're like, oh, I wish I was like Hakim and Laura, where I could just meditate for just a minute, for God's sake, and be powerful. That's the mind saying that. Mm-hmm. You are this. Mm-hmm. But I like how you said it, though. The little me is where we get trapped. This little me loves being a little me, too, because it loves seeking God. It loves being on a little path. It loves taking steps to get to God.
And also, it's the acknowledgement that it is all God. You know, there is no separation between what we call the small self and the greater self, that it is all God expressing. So we're not I'm not saying that, we're cutting or detaching or separating anything, saying this belongs and that doesn't, because it all belongs, because it's spirit coming through in its wholeness. And that's, I suppose that's for us each individually to find our own way to express our wholeness as prayer. Let's we have a beautiful footage of an amazing video, and I first saw this video of yours. I think it was in December this year, and Diego has it here. So Diego, let's roll that beautiful Hakim footage. Thank you for the viewers to see right now. I love it.
Something was what that is. You're born and you are going to die. Something you're born, getting something you are going to die. You're born, get in touch with it, and you are going to die.
Get a piece of paper, an idea,
and you are going to die. Get in touch with
an idea.
Something was worth it.
Not just some wish list, but something that you are burning to do, to be, to have. Write it down. When you write it down, it doesn't have to be a lot of words. But when you write it down, look at it. Look at it. Have 3 minutes. Write it down. That vision, that dream, that idea. Write it down. Then look at it. Then put it against your heart. And love it. And love it. Get a piece of paper. Write down your idea. Look at it. Look at what you wrote. Look at what you wrote. When you look at what you wrote, put it against your heart. Put it against your heart. And love it. Love your idea. You're trying to sell something you don't love. You're trying to manage something you don't love.
You're born.
You're trying to make something work that you don't love.
Something was worth it.
Trying to get others to buy something you don't love.
You're born and you are going to die.
Love your idea first.
Something was worth it.
Love your idea first.
You're born, and you are going to die. You're born, and you are something is worth it. Get in touch with something was worth it. And you are going to die. Get in touch with it. Something was worth it. You're born, get in touch with, and you are going to die. You're born, and you are going to die. Something was worth the visit. Get in touch with it.
I love that. Amazing. Something was worth the visit. Isn't that so powerful that you say that? Something was worth the visit.
It came literally after I lost my mom in May.
Oh, wow.
Not that production. I think I did that production maybe October or maybe November, October or November. But that in my mind, I'm driving. You're born, you're gonna die. But something was worth the visit. I'm driving, and it came to me, well, if I'm going to die anyway, what did I come here for? Now, we all know that people have that question in their mind, but it just, after my mom's transition, and she's more real to me now than ever, but after that transition, it just made me just ponder on the other side, not in a sorrowful way, but in like, oh my God, you guys are really here with us right now. I just can't see you in the physical. But I'm driving my car one day, Laura, and it was after my mom's transition. I wasn't sad or anything. It was just like, wow, we're born, we're going to die. Something was worth the visit. And that day, because that's a little excerpt of a bit of a
larger video, yeah.
I was actually speaking to an audience. I said, "You're born and you're going to die." Something was worth the visit. It was someone I was speaking that to, but we recorded it and put it in the meditation configuration. So just like not knowing that little story behind that. You doing this program, there's a story behind that. I know it. Creatives are that way. You never know the story behind someone's creation.
Oh, absolutely. And that's why I love doing this. And that's probably, I would imagine, why you love talking with people about their experiences of spirituality and how we can use tools and practices to really elevate and evolve in our own lives. Because that's something I believe that's worth the visit, is the work that we're doing now, is the opportunity that we have to open up and become more conscious of who we are. Here we go. Something is worth the visit. Soul evolution. I love, if that's Dan or Reverend Ryan or Reverend Dan or Chris, welcome here to the Cosmic Prayer. You've landed on the right platform at the right time with Hakim, who is here sharing his deep insight about prayer, what prayer means for him. And I love this refreshing approach to prayer, that it really is I've got to stop saying that word. It is awareness. It is awareness. Is that what I'm getting? That is the heart of what you're saying, that prayer is awareness.
When I am tending to my little cat, you have to train. You have pets?
No.
Anyone that has pets, no, or a baby or a grandchild or a little kid, or teaching a musician with an audience, singing or playing, you're connecting with your audience. So with a pet, I don't speak cat. She doesn't know she's a cat. She's just being whatever she is. But I'm training myself to connect with her on a frequency where I know what she's trying to say or communicate. So with knowing that we're not our body, it's just not what I want to hear myself say. I'm not just, my body, neither the sounds that come out of it, but I am me, emanating myself. So that prayer thing with me is, what am I? The true essence of this whole thing going on here is wanting to do or not do, or say or not say, or be or not. The awareness of it all, like you said, is all God. Because if God didn't want any of this, he'll stop. I just got a feeling. If God didn't want any of this, he'll stop.
Well, and also how can we say that God is infinite if then we believe that there's a place where God is not?
Ooh.
So everything is God.
And as soon as I get that, not just here, but we already know it. We already know it. The reason why we judge others is because there's something in them that's active in us. The reason why we say God is great, because we're great too. We're one with it. The reason why we say, how could we say God is infinite and then believe that God is somewhere where God isn't? Because we know God is nowhere God isn't. We know God is everywhere, but we say it. I don't know what, maybe the feedback, like you said earlier, maybe we just want some feedback says, are you nuts? God is everywhere. But that prayer thing with me, because I grew up traditional Christian, Western Christianity, and you spit on the sidewalk, you were going to hell. That's the kind of mentality we had. God's watching, making sure you do right. So that was a God idea. But at the end of the day, the word prayer had to maybe go dormant for me and then come back, because what prayer was is what I became, that state of being. But what I thought prayer was, oh my God, it was such a small definition now. Yeah.
Yes.
But tuning in to who we truly are, to me, I'm like, wow, that's prayer too. Asking the universe, okay, if that's for me, or I'm open to what the universe has to offer, that's prayer, whatever. But to me, it's a feeling thing. It's not a thinking thing to me. It's an awareness. Like you said, it's actually shapeless, formless, it's sourceless, but yet it is the source. How does that happen?
So Ernest Holmes, founder of religious science and science of mind, he created this system called spiritual mind treatment, which is affirmative prayer. Hi Wayne, great to be with you here. Sorry, I know a few messages came up. Living faith in oneness to critical mass and beyond. Welcome to the Cosmic Prayer. So you're here with Hakim today, Hakim Guru, pointer, way shower of love. So Ernest Holmes created, or was inspired to piece together a formula which he called spiritual mind treatment, which most people in New Thought, as you know, would use spiritual mind treatment as a definition of a prayer, maybe, to know, to actually really do what you're saying. It's a process that can bring us into that place of being aware of exactly who we are and who we're not and who we are. And then from that place, knowing that we are unified with this incredible knowing of the divine, of God, whatever it is we choose to call it. And then we are unified with that. That's a real knowing in our heart, in our being. We know who we are and that there is no separation. And then from there, we really realize that, well, if I am this and all is this, then I am one with this. And so if there's something that I think that I need, it is actually already here because there's no separation. And then from there, we speak that truth. And then from there, we give gratitude and we let go of attachment to the whole thing, because we know that we don't need to do anything other than do what you have just said, which is that coming to that place of knowing who we truly are, that we don't have to try and be anybody or do anything other than that. And I believe that what you're saying is a very kind of condensed spiritual mind treatment, where it's all happening at once at the same time, rather than it being a followed formula.
Because I don't think, and I love Dr. Ernest Holmes, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I listened to, believe it or not, I think about a year and a half ago, All Is Mind. He wrote that.
Yes.
And I heard it audio, and I would play it as I would go to sleep, like 2 years ago. Ernest Holmes. All Was Mine, All Is Mine. And I listened to that, loved him. I think the mind, the conceptual thinking mind, the one that, the storyteller, I mean, the narrative, the addict. I look at it, and I mean, that's just what it does. It can do that. It's powerful. That the mind of man is so powerful. The thinking mind is powerful. If that mind, that part of the mind, because it's one mind, but that part of our mind, if we can train that by, and like you have treatments and you do readings as far as scripture readings and readings from Ernest Home to help people apply principles and see them work.
Mm-hmm.
When you observe the mind, that mind can melt. In my own direct experience, my thinking mind, narrative mind, suffered its own thinking. In other words, the mind wants to fix everything in your life. That will burn out.
Mm-hmm.
It will suffer from that until it, God help me, right? Or whatever that part is. And then it gets a whiff of letting go. I don't have to think all the time.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't have to think all the time. Actually, you don't think all the time. But when we believe those thoughts deeply, we feel like they last, like I said, 40 years in the wilderness, that 1 minute. But with the mind, the spiritual, do you call it spiritual mind treatment?
Spiritual mind treatment.
It's the mind treatment, the spiritual mind treatment coming from our spiritual mind. Is that?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
So
I'm just
are
trying to make sure I understand the definition. Spiritual mind treatment meaning, if you could.
So we're knowing that there is one mind,
Right.
consciousness and energy, which is everywhere as everything that we call God, or we call the creative intelligence, wisdom, whatever it is, we call it. You know, there are how many names for this essence that is a something, that is a nothing, that is everything, that is all encompassing, that is the idea of life. So spiritual mind treatment, we are we're nurturing our awareness of that we know as mind. And then we are saying, well, I am this too, because I am the microcosm of this macrocosm. I am one with this, as everything is. We are connected. We are all
That
connected.
chose to, and chose to observe itself.
Yes.
As a thing. That's
As
not
a
a thing.
That's right. And as Diego just said there, he likes to call it the now. He calls it the now. That's it. God is now. I love it.
You can't cage it. You can't grab it. Just now.
And I think also, as you said in the very beginning, you know, defining the word prayer is maybe a kind of, if you take that even further, defining God by a name is caging it, limiting it to our definition of what we think it is and how we've been taught it in our own individual lives as we're growing up, from our families, our religious context, culture, country, teachers. And we create our own definition of what we think God is. And then I think what I love about what you're saying is it's just freeing up that there is really no definition other than an awareness of a knowing.
It's funny because when you say that our culture, our ideas of God and all that, none of it was ever God. So it's just a psychological play when we try to clean that God up. Ooh, I wonder, did I say that correctly? So whatever I used to think God was really wasn't. It was a limited view. So there's no cleaning up there. It's just, okay, that was nice, but let's open ourselves up to more. We don't have to throw that away, although it's all mixed with our personal perspectives and you know, perceptions and stuff and meanings that we put on things. or whatever. All that's mixed up with, how we view this idea of God. I think that's what it was, an idea of God.
Idea.
But there was something in us still being God while we were having that idea. It was like, okay, you're getting close, maybe.
I
God
love it.
You're getting close there, maybe.
So what was
That's
it
why
you
you're
said? We're born
we
and
can
then
be
we
happy.
die and then we're here for the something in between. And this is why we're here, to discover that for ourselves and to know the bliss of that and the joy, and to live life moment by moment, coming back to that knowing of joy. And I believe that's how prayer can be this bridge as a reminder to that.
From here, I just imagined from here to Europe. I'm in the States. I can think, I can say, I see you, I know you, I wish the best for you. And you can feel that. Right now, people watching, man, cosmic prayer, I understand what they're saying, I think. But man, if they could just send some positive vibes my way. We are right now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We know you're watching. We know you're listening. God sees you.
Absolutely.
God is you. God is there. You can't lose. You're here for that in between. And if I woke up this morning, I'm still here for the in between. Ooh. And even if I don't see anything tangibly, physically happening, like, oh, that had to be why I'm here. There's none of that.
No.
I wish there was some big thing like, oh, this is why I was born. Well, let other people tell stories about it. But this very moment, like you said, just now, right now. Oh my God. Playing with my cat earlier. That's the in between. Praise now.
Praise now.
I just saw Diego's praise.
There have been some lovely comments coming up here. I think Robin Rice put a comment up. Hi, Robin, if you're still here watching us. It's just such an amazing conversation. Yes, prayer is a state of being. Thank you, Robin. Soul sister, I love you, Robin. Thank you for being here. And Hakim, we could talk for, here we go, holy in the flow, divine chill. I love them coming out with Wayne, all these kind of ways of saying the same thing, which I know is a knowing, isn't it? And that way of being that. And for me, the journey of discovering all of this and going deeper and deeper and having fun, having these conversations with others to enlighten each of us, really, because the big conversation that we're all having right now, so that we can navigate these times and feel the love that we are here to feel in every moment. That's what it is about for me. And I just feel so grateful, Hakim, that you've joined here on the Cosmic Prayer today and sharing.
This is fun to me.
Shining
When I remembered.
When you remembered, you got here.
No. When I got up, I said, "Oh," because I didn't remember right off.
Oh, I see. I think.
Yeah,
I thought you meant because you were late.
No. I laid there, and a little time. I was like, "Oh, I get to do cosmic prayer today." So it was like, "Ooh, that's gonna be fun."
And I like your cosmic background.
Right, and it blends in with you. I didn't plan that. I didn't plan it. Like, I didn't know your background was gonna be like that. Yeah. You have a lot of comments.
There's quite a few comments coming up. Yeah, there were quite a few. So Hakim, thank you. Sorry, yeah, what were you going to say?
I was going to ask you, how long you've been doing this?
This program since last August.
In 2020?
2020.
That's when I started doing mine.
There you go. A lot happening around that time, and this because it's still the same conversation that we're having, isn't it?
Yeah.
With others and with ourselves primarily, and with others, to bring this forward, to give people that insight at wherever they are, that I think for anyone watching right now, just to sum this up, if you could sum this up, Hakeem, in a couple of sentences for anyone watching right now, as to breathing the word one. Beautiful. If somebody wants to make that deeper awareness or become more deeply aware of the presence that they are, and be with that silence, and yet finds it difficult to sit in the stillness, do you have any words of wisdom that you could just inspire the viewers with right now for that, to get to that place, that initial place?
You hear my train?
I can hear that, yeah. Get on the train.
I cross my fingers sometimes that the train comes on my program so I can use it as a thing. Yeah.
Lovely.
But those that are listening, train represents, first of all, we don't know what cargo's on it, but it's coming. We don't know what people's on it, but it's coming.
And it's going, and it's moving.
Is conspiring to bless you. That's what it represents anyway. Might as well. It's coming anyway, the train.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say this and wrap it up because I know I'm looking at the time too. Yeah. It's so easy, guys. You are this already. Just remember that. If you can remember, you are this. It's almost like trying to teach one of your children their name or where they live or whatever. They already are in the bed. They're already tucked in. But you're trying to teach them the address and the phone number and how to get from school. But they're already home. Mm-hmm. They're frustrated. They're, Mom, I'm not getting it. But it's okay, baby. You're already home, though. But tomorrow, da-da-da-da. So meditation and prayer is like that. You are already home. Mm-hmm. It's just, I say these 5 things to make it really easy. Like I say, my audience in my mind, I look at it as mentally 12 years old.
I'm going to write them down, because then I'm going to add this into the chat. Get quiet. Yeah.
Get quiet. Be still if you can. No one has to be quiet, by the way. A train can be coming. It doesn't matter, but you do this. Get quiet. Be still. Turn within, meaning don't think something's coming from the outside to you. Ooh. Turn within. Believe in nothing, meaning you don't need to get an image of God or something you have to say. Just believe in nothing. Believe in nothing. God needs nothing. Then be nobody. You don't need to be a special anyone to be this. You are this. Just be nobody, meaning don't worry about your name and where you live and what side of the tracks what side of the railroad track you're born on, or the color of your skin, or male or female, none of that. Be nobody. And just sit there or lay there. Oh, but I see thoughts coming. Perfect. That means you're not the thought, but you can perceive it. Mm-hmm. That's powerful. Told you were already it. So when you say, my mind is racing, sit there and watch your mind race. I guarantee you're not the mind racing. Pretty soon they'll stop racing because you're watching it. It's like, oh, they're watching me. No. But that's how you start. Just start doing that every day. When you get up, just get quiet, be still, turn within, believe in nothing. Don't worry about your religion and all of that. Be nobody. There's no special part of your life needs to come into part, and just sit there. And just do that. Do it for 10 minutes a day. Start with 5 minutes. You may have total silence for 10 seconds, and that will be the most powerful 10 seconds you ever had in your life. I'm telling you. Don't worry about it being 5 seconds, 2 seconds, or whatever. Pretty soon you'll be there and forget
all day.
All day. Yeah. Anyway, I hope that was good.
Thank you, Hakeem. Thank you so much for being here and being so present and so willing to share. You know, this is beautiful, and I really appreciate. And the viewers. Say that again.
I could get carried away, though. I love.
It's
talking
okay.
about.
It's it's what you're saying takes time for some to digest in their hearts and in their minds. And I think it being an hour, you've said it in so many different ways that people can comprehend it in different ways. So that was necessary and beautiful. Thank you for being here.
Thank you
And
for having me.
Diego, if you'll come back again, I hope, and share again with your new enlightenments and your new teachings, because I'm sure you're going to have different inspirations to share in the future.
I have Bishop Jim Swilly tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is
amazing. Can we have your Diego? Would you kindly put the links up here to Hakim's? If it's One United Consciousness.
One Universal Consciousness.
One Universal Consciousness is your Facebook
right now
group,
where people can just join it.
Fantastic, where you give amazing interviews. You have interviews on there, and your teachings and your inspirations and your videos, like the one that we showed earlier. It's all up there on the Facebook page, isn't it?
Yes. Yep.
Good. So there's the links coming down. Don't know where the links are, but maybe he'll put them up. We'll put them. We'll write them all into the script anyway in the Facebook group. Thank you, Hakim, for being here, and blessings to you.
This was fun.
It was fun. It was great on the Cosmic Prayer. And for anybody that's still here, yeah, you were going to say something.
I was going to say, you're a powerful lady.
I just see myself as Laura sitting.
Those writings down are very impactful. If people just listen, it's very impactful, very empowering. Those readings that you're doing. You're still doing those, right?
I am. I'm going to do mine today after the show here today at the Ernest Home from Science of Mind textbook. Very powerful. Beautiful to read it and to remind myself of his incredible knowledge and the way that he puts things together. Beautiful. So for listeners and viewers here on the Cosmic Prayer, whether you're watching here live or you're going to catch up at a future date, you have been listening with Hakim from One Universal Consciousness. He has a Facebook group there. You're on New Thought Media Network, and it's been an incredible conversation over the last hour. So thank you, Hakim, for being here.
Thank you.
And thank you. And thank you to the listeners and the viewers for being here and for supporting New Thought Media Network. And if this really touches your heart, and if you are inspired by, not just by this broadcast, but by all of the incredible work that New Thought Media Network does, because it has such a massive intention to teach these teachings in different ways every single day of the week, so that you can tune in to a meditation or a visioning process or an incredible inspirational conversation, or be part of a dialogue yourself with private things that are going on here, teachings and groups, or to hear readings from amazing thought leaders and new thought inspirational teachers. If that touches your heart, then feel free to give back and donate and give your love offering here, so that this ministry and Reverend Robert Brzezinski's vision for New Thought Media Network can expand and flourish. And you are a part of that by being here right now. So the link for that donation is here on the Facebook post with this video. And you can also join the Cosmic Prayer Facebook group if you would like to stay more in touch and know what's coming up next time. Join that group, and you can listen to my readings daily as well of Science of Mind and Spirit textbook. And other than that, know that you are loved, and be well, and know that the peace that is here is in your heart right now. Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Cosmic Prayer, your weekly shift with Laura Topper on the New Thought Media Network. If you've enjoyed this programming, please tell a friend and join us again next week for Cosmic Prayer, your weekly shift with Laura Topper.